Paye. Outside in car number 3, the Joshua Ware blacktopping machine from Morrisonville. That's Danny Sullivan. Shotgun on the field, driving car number 19 from Moores. It is Jamie Begor. Green flag is out as we kick off another Saturday night of short track racing action at the Big A. And out front it's Sean Duquette in the 18. Jamie Begor from the back of the pack trying to get underneath the 07. Danny Sullivan moving on the outside line as he gets around Chris Frenier in the 93. Here comes Sean Duquette off of turn number 4. Down the front stretch, he will lead lap number 1. Sean Duquette has a 3-car length advantage over Cody Myers, working through turns 1 and 2. The 4 of Brandon Atkins trying to hold off Danny Sullivan, who gets a good run off the second turn, but you can see the 4 drift up into the lane of the 3, and he had to get on the binders. The 07 of Paye working a middle line through turns 3 and 4. Here comes Begor right behind him around the outside of the 93 of Chris Frenier. The leader out front is Sean Duquette. The 75 of Cody Myers works in second. Brandon Atkins runs in third. Danny Sullivan, again, just right off the back bumper, peeks down to the inside line. There's no room there. He backs off of it going to 3 and 4. Here comes Begor looking inside the 07. Jamie Begor trying to get into the top 5, and he will on the front stretch. Begor finished second last week into the 5th position with the Begor supply number 19. The 18 of Sean Duquette leading by 10 car lengths now. Cody Myers in the 75 has his hands full for second. Here comes the number 4 car for Brandon Atkins as he looks to the inside. Atkins sideways, though, into the 4th turn, and that allows Myers to hang on to that second spot. The Knight Automotive number 75 hangs on to second. Atkins in the number 4, again, a little sideways going into turn number 2. That allows Danny Sullivan to get a good run on the top of the racetrack. Here comes Sullivan after the 3rd spot. Myers hanging on to second. Battle for third between the 4 of Atkins, the 3 of Sullivan. Give it to Sullivan as that 4 car doesn't seem to bite real well out in either turn 2 or turn number 4. He's losing ground in both of those areas of the racetrack. And now Jamie Begor will move around the outside. He'll get the 4th. Here comes Sullivan looking low now. Begor drives right down in front of Atkins. He'll try to follow Sullivan through and perhaps get third with 2 laps to go for Duquette. Sean Duquette cruising out front, but there's been good racing for the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th spots. Now Danny Sullivan goes to 2nd, Jamie Begor working in 3rd, Cody Myers back to 4th, and running in the 5th position is the youngster Brandon Atkins in car number 4. Right behind him, it's Dylan Paye in the 07. The white flag is out. 1 to go for Sean Duquette. Danny Sullivan in 2nd position. 3rd, Jamie Begor. Then a gap back to Brandon Atkins in the 4, who's trying to hang on to that 4th position. He was able to work it away from the 75 of Myers, but Myers comes back after him. Atkins on the inside, Myers on the outside. That's the best battle on the track. The checkered flag for Sean Duquette. Danny Sullivan 2nd, 3rd, Jamie Begor. 4th will be Myers. 5th is Atkins, and 6th is the 07 of Paye with Chris Frenier. Finish on Vermont, it's Dave Rabtoy. Row 3 on the inside, car 7 New York from Morrisonville, it is Nick Lagoy. On the outside in car number 20, the Professor Bucko Branham, he's from Plattsburgh, and shotgun on the field, last week's winner, Plattsburgh's Robin Wood. 7 cars ready to run, here they come, off 4, green flag is out. Larry Underwood in car number 73, Casey St. Clair the 56, 3 wide action for 3rd, Shagnon on the inside, Rabtoy in the middle, Branham on the extreme top. Now Branham tucks in line. He'll follow behind car number 21 as they're still side-by-side racing. Spots 1 through 6. As they come to complete lap number 1, it's Larry Underwood in the lead. Casey St. Clair in the 2nd spot. 3rd is Shagnon in the 86. It boxes up behind the 86 and the 56, trying to find running room. Dave Rabtoy trying to thread the needle down the backstretch, 3 wide going to 3. Shagnon on the inside. Rabtoy coming through on the very top of the racetrack. St. Clair sliding backwards. Dave Rabtoy will get 2 spots. Now Nick Lagoy trying to come through on the inside. Oh, contact in 1 and 2. Hang on to it, Dave Rabtoy. He does, so does Lagoy, as they race off turn number 2 down the backstretch. Side-by-side racing for 3rd, side-by-side racing for the 5th position. Robin Wood is on the inside. Bucko Branham at his door on the top. Wood has that spot. Now he's going after Dave Rabtoy. He'll get the 4th position. Robin Wood goes to 4th. Rabtoy running at 5th. 6th is Bucko Branham in the 20. The leader out front is Larry Underwood. He leads by 5 car lengths over the 86 of Mike Shagnon. Nick Lagoy works in 3rd. 4th is Robin Wood as we're halfway in qualifier number 2 for the limited late models. Larry Underwood showing the way. Robin Wood goes to the top of the track. He's going to try to get that 3rd spot off turn number 2 down the backstretch. It's a drag race going to 3. Wood stays in it deep into the turn. He'll take the 3rd spot on the outside. As they come down the front stretch, Lagoy goes back to 4th. Robin Wood again appears to be on a rail in that number 61. He was hooked up in the opening week, and he is picking up where he left off as he is moving and charging quickly to the front. Let's see if he can chase down Mike Shagnon as the laps are winding down. The leader out front is Larry Underwood. Shagnon running in that 2nd spot with 2 laps to go. Robin Wood running in third. Nick Lagoy is fourth. Bucko Branham in the fifth spot. Then it's Raptoy in the 21 and sixth. And then Casey St. Clair is seventh. Robin Wood chasing down Mike Shagnon. He's now just a car length off the back of the 86, looking to the inside off turn number 4. White flag is out. Robin Wood, that second spot's in play. He's got room through the inside in turns 1 and 2. Robin Wood puts the nose out in front for that second spot. Shagnon coming back after him on the outside. Wood's car was working on the inside like no other last week. Let's see if he can make it work off turn number 4 for a second. Checkered flag is out. The winner is Larry Underwood. Down the line, it's going to be Mike Shagnon holding him off. Robin Wood finishes third, fourth to Nick Lagoy, fifth to Bucko Branham this year, the B3. He's from Champlain, New York. That is Aaron Bartamy. 8 machines ready to run qualifier number 1 for the Ernie's Discount Tools Modifieds. Patrick Dupree is on the hammer off of turn number 4, down the line, green flag. Dupree has the Labatt Blue number 24 out front. There we got cars spinning up off of turn number 1. It's the 99 of Mike Labreche, the CO2 of Craig Rio. Qualifier with a similar numbered number 99, and it also happens to be red. All right, ready to run again. Here they come off turn 4. Green flag. Didn't complete a lap. Let's see if we can get a good run going this time. In the first qualifier for the Ernie's Discount Tools Modifieds, it's Patrick Dupree out front. Todd Ormsby runs in second. Mike Wells working in third. It is Mike Riel in the 4th spot. Leon Gagnon looking to go to the outside in the 4 car. As Leon peeks to the outside of Mike Riel into 1 and 2. He'll go towards the top of the racetrack. I talked to Mike Riel as well. He spent a lot of time trying to get this car back together and ready to race this weekend. They really hadn't done anything to it. It was the car that he campaigned here last year. Mike figures he's really up against it with the speed of his competitors, and he just wants to have a clean week, stay out of the way, and hopefully at least be able to finish the race with that 0-2. Mike Wells looking for second. The race on for that second spot. On the outside is Todd Ormsby in the 10. Here comes Mike Wells through on the inside. He'll take the G&G Auto Parts 76 to the second position. Running in third, Todd Ormsby, but Leon Gagnon has chased down the battle for that second spot. It is Wells second, Ormsby third. Leon Gagnon now trying to throw his hat into the ring and fight for the second and or third spot. Again, he'll work around the very top of the racetrack. Patrick Dupree with a near backstretch advantage over the 76 of Mike Wells, and then it is the 10 of Todd Ormsby, the 4 of Leon Gagnon, as we're halfway in this first qualifier. Patrick Dupree making it look easy out front. Mike Wells not challenged in the second spot. Here comes Leon Gagnon looking underneath the 10 of Ormsby, and he is able to take that position away in turn number 3. Todd Ormsby coming back on the outside, but he's not going to be able to hang with Leon's number 4 cars. He goes to the third spot. Patrick Dupree leading. Mike Wells running in second. Leon Gagnon is third. Todd Ormsby fourth. Mike Riel is in the 5th spot. Then it's Mike Labreche in the 99 running in 6th. And then the B3 of Aaron Bartamy running in the 7th position. As typically those Bartamy cars are extremely fast, but right out of the gate, they're not quite up to speed the way we typically see them here around the Big A. So he's struggling at the back of the pack. Patrick Dupree with 2 laps to go. And certainly in that 60-lap feature event last week, attrition was a big part of the story. 21 cars took the green flag, just 11 still running at the checkered flag. A number of drivers had to spend a good amount of time and money this week trying to rebuild their race cars. And this number 24 is the machine that they ran here last year, and they had to do some work to get this car ready, and it appears to certainly be running well. Here he comes through turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Patrick Dupree will win easily the first qualifier for the Ernie's Discount Tools Modifieds. Good run for Mike Wells second, Leon Gagnon third. Fourth will go to Todd Ormsby. And in the 5th position, it's going to be Mike Labreche. Here comes Mike in the 99 off turn number 4. Then it's the 0-2 for Mike Riel, and then Aaron Bartamy in the B3. The Racing Baker Max VN on the outside, the TDI X4 Adam Bartamy. He's from Sheldon, Vermont. In the final row, it's the G-Stone Motors 1X4 defending track champion Todd Stone, and shotgun in the field in the EFG Excavation number 99. That is Sebastian Fournier. Green flag is out. Vernold looking down to the inside as they run wheel-to-wheel off turn number 2 down the backstretch. Out front is George Foley. Chris K.A. running right with him around the top. As they continue to work wheel-to-wheel off of turn number 4 down the line, Foley will have the lead. Bertiome in a 1, peeks down to the inside of the 97 of Vernold. Again, at some point we'll call him the number 10, but it is Vernold driving the 97 that has the 10 sheet metal on the side. Out front, it is George Foley. Chris K.A. running at second. Vernal runs third. Fourth is Bertillon. Here comes Jesse Mueller to the outside in car number 19. Mueller wants to go around the outside of Bertillon to try to grab that fifth spot. Right behind the battle for fifth is the defending track champion Todd Stone, week number 1 winner in the sixth spot right now as Mueller goes around Bertillon. Stone trying to follow that line around the outside of the 1 Quebec. Bertillon, though, fighting back on the inside as he draws even. Meanwhile, battle for second. It is Vernal trying to get underneath the 18 of K.A. Good racing in this second qualifier. Out front, it is easily George Foley. The battle for spots 2 through 6 has been a pretty good one. Max Vienne is also trying to chase them down and get in the action as the battle of ones is about to shape up in the middle of the backstretch. Going to turn number 3, Todd Stone has the nose underneath the 1 Quebec. Here comes the G-Stone Motors machine to the inside as he tries to get to the top 5. Halfway in qualifier number 2. George Foley showing the way, Chris K.A. running at second. Third is the 97 of Vernal. Then it's the 19 of Mueller. The 1 of Stone has moved to the 5th spot. Bertillon back to 6th in the 1 Quebec. George Foley leading by half the front stretch. K.A. holding on to second. Vernal following him around the track. Mueller looking down low in turns 1 and 2. And now here comes Vernal going for second. Vernal peeking underneath the 18, but then backed out of it. Going into turn number 3. K.A. hanging on to the second spot. Vernal waiting to pounce as soon as he can find an opportunity. Off at turn number 2 that last lap, that's when he thought about it, but then backed out of it in the middle of the backstretch. Here he goes. Again, though, he backs out going to turn number 3. Vernal peeking to the inside down the front stretch. K.A. picking that left front tire right up off the racing surface, hanging on to the second. Oh, look out, Mueller. Mueller was heavy into turns 1 and 2. Got a piece of the left rear quarter panel of the 10, the 97. But Vernal was able to hang on to it, and Mueller staying in that 4th spot. Todd Stone looking to the outside with a white flag out. Foley's going to win this one easily, but there's been good racing action again in that 2 through 5 slot out on the track. Can K.A. hold on to second? Vernal again peeking down low, backed out of it, gets into it once again off of turn number 4. The winner's going to be George Foley. K.A. will hang on to second, Vernal third, Mueller 4th, 5th goes to Todd Stone, 6th goes to Pierre Bertillon. Finishing in 7th, it is Max Vienne, and 8th will be Adam Bartamy in the X, with Sebastian driving the number 28 from Fairfax, Vermont. That's Ryan Booten. Row number 4 on the inside, Lance Raptoy in car number 11. He's also from Fairfax, and shotgun on the field. There it is. Get your pictures now while you can. It's the Junk is Beautiful number 2 for Metal Man. He's from Clayburgh, New York. So the green flag is out, and here goes Tyler Terry on the outside. He's got Rob Gordon right on the inside. They run side by side around the racetrack for the lead. Gordon on the inside, Tyler Terry on the outside. They touch off at turn number 4. Coming down the line, Tyler Terry will have the lead by 3 feet. Rob Gordon stays down on the inside. Typically, Rob likes to work the top of the track. That's where his car seems to come in best. And the 44 is there on the outside, and Gordon has actually fought pretty well on the inside line. He had the lead going to turn number 3, still has it coming to turn number 4. Let's see if Tyler Terry can vault off the top of 4 down the front stretch. No, it's going to be Rob Gordon. Rob Gordon will lead the second lap. The H2O well drilling machine out front, Tyler Terry running in second. Battle for third is dead even, the 22 of Rob Favreau. And then on the top of the racetrack, it is the 28 of Ryan Booten. They race off of turn number 4 down the line. That time again, it was Rob Gordon leading the third lap, but not much separating the top 2 cars. Gordon on the inside, Tyler Terry on the outside. It's as if they're ready to come and take the green flag again, side by side for the top 6 spots on the track. Gordon and Tyler Terry, they continue to work just about a foot separating them off of turn number 4, and that time, as they're halfway, the 44 had the lead back. So Tyler Terry coming to life on the outside. Here comes Tyler Terry down the backstretch, leading now by about 5 feet as they go to turn number 3. 3 wide, racing for 5th. Look at that battle for the 5th spot. Lance Raptoy, the Big Daddy Don Franklin, and Jason McClatchy in car number 70. Oh, I think I earlier mentioned the 28 machine. It wasn't the 28, it was McClatchy 70 that I mentioned in the starting lineup. It's the H2O of Rob Gordon, the 44 of Tyler Terry, still out front, still almost nose to nose, side by side down the line with 2 to go. Tyler Terry hanging on to the lead. Gordon had the lead for laps 2 and 3. Terry had the lead lap 1. He's also had the lead for laps 4, 5, and 6. Side-by-side racing, the top 4 cars, the top 6 cars continue to run side-by-side around the racetrack. White flag is out. Tyler Terry hanging on to the lead. Can Rob Gordon come back and get him on the inside? He's got the lead off turn number 2. But Tyler Terry comes back on the outside line. They're dead even in the middle of the backstretch. Side by side for the win as they go to turn number 3. Gordon puts the nose out in front. Here they come off of turn number 4. Drag race for the win. Down to the line. Who's it going to be? It looked like perhaps the H2O on the inside. Marks from Peru. Outside car number 5 in the number 43, that is Josh Terry, who is from Essex, New York. Final row 17 is Richie Turner. And shotgun of the field from Dannemora, it's Andrew Bordeaux in the 08. 8 cars take the green flag, and Curtis Seymour has the lead off of turn number 2. It's Joe Warren in the 13 car trying to come through on the inside line. And at his door in car number 23 is John Booten as they race for that second spot. Joe Warren on the inside, John Booten on the outside. Curtis Seymour leads by 3 car lengths off the second turn. Warren and Booten side by side down the backstretch. 3 cars battling right behind them for the 4th position. Mark Caron and Josh Leclerc have the advantage for 4th. Now it's going to be Leclerc on the outside moving to that 4th spot. Car number 5 of Caron is in the 5th position. Curtis Seymour shows the way. Joe Warren running in 2nd. Working in 3rd is John Booten in the 23. It is Josh Leclerc 4th on the outside, and Mark Caron 5th down on the inside line. Josh Terry looking to find running room, as is Richie Turner at car number 17. Richie Turner led a number of laps in their feature event last week with that number 17 car. But on a late race restart, he was down on the inside, and that was not the spot that he wanted to be in, as Jason McClatchy was on the outside for the restart, and McClatchy was able to work around Richie Turner for the victory. Turner had to settle for 2nd, halfway in qualifier number 2 for the Renegades. Curtis Seymour shows the way out front. He's had a 3 to 5 car length advantage. Right now it's about 2 car lengths down the backstretch over Joe Warren. He has the same advantage over the 23 of John Booten. And then it's the same gap back to Mark Caron, who is now in 4th. Meanwhile, 3 cars battling for that 5th position. Richie Turner coming through on the inside. He's going to grab the 5th spot. On the top, it's Josh Leclerc in the 7. It's Josh Terry in the 43. They'll run side by side right behind Turner for the 6th position. Curtis Seymour continues to hang on to that 2 car length lead over Joe Warren off of turn number 4. 2 laps to go for Curtis. Joe Warren is drawing close. He's now about a car length off the back. The 23 of John Booten is also in the mix. He's now just a car length off the back of the 13 of Warren. You can see Warren bobble a little bit off 2. That allowed Seymour to get an extra car length, and it also allows Booten to almost get right to the back bumper of the 13. White flag is out. 1 to go for Curtis Seymour. Curtis Seymour in the 357 works through the middle of turn number 2, now goes to the top of the racetrack down the backstretch. He's maintained a 2 car length advantage over Joe Warren. The 23 of John Booten peeking down to the inside line, but Warren's got that protected. Looks like he is going to hold on to that 2nd spot, but the winner is Curtis Seymour. 2nd, Joe Warren. 3rd goes to Booten in the 23. Mark Caron
of Lozier. On the outside of row number 3, the Budweiser number 29, that is Nick Haywood. Final row on the field, the 20 is Jamie LaFountain, and the 1 is Jake Branham. Green flag is out as the Sportsman Modified race into turn number 1. We see a little bit of brake smoke in turn number 2. They race 3 wide for the 4th spot off of turn number 2. Haywood ends up getting that position. Meanwhile, out front, Cody Aubin is holding off the 33 of Travis Bruno. Later, lap number 1 is going to be Cody Aubin. We saw Travis Bruno last week in one of the Lozier backup cars. Bruno was still having some final touches put on that number 33 car, and we see him this week in his own car, running 2nd right now with Nick Haywood hot on the back bumper. Off of turn number 4, they're side by side. Bruno still holds him off, but Haywood is hard charging, and he's down on the inside. It appears the Huntley checking number 1 for Jake Branham is off the pace. He runs now down the front stretch. He's got the black flag now, and he will take that number 1 back to the garage area. Meanwhile, back to the racing. Out front, it's Cody Aubin into number 7. Running 2nd is that number 29 of Nick Haywood. 3rd is the 33 of Bruno. Oh, he had to get on the binders as he started to drift a little bit off of turn number 2. He's familiar to that bunker. That's where he ended up at the in the feature last week in one of the early laps. We're halfway. Little Joe is 4th. 5th is the 28 of Lozier. 6th, the Marcia Holmes 20. for Jamie LaFountain, and Rico Hernandez can see them all. Pretty good performance right now being put on by Cody Aubin. Obviously, Aubin starting in the front row didn't have a great week last week, but thus far has been pretty good. He's been able to maintain a pretty good advantage over the 29 of Nick Haywood. Haywood did have to charge through a couple of cars as there are 2 laps to go for that number 7 of Cody Aubin. Lozier in that number 28 trying to make a bid on that West Side Auto 46. He's looked high and low, hasn't really been able to get around. Jamie LaFountain is trying to get into a qualified spot. He's looking low down now on the 28 of Lozier. Half a lap left for that number 7 of Cody Aubin. Here he comes through corners 3 and 4. And he will be the winner of the first heat race for the Sportsman Modifieds. Aubin wins it. Nick Haywood is second. Third is going to go to Travis Bruno. Fourth is going to go to Little Joe. Fifth at the line is the 20 of Jamie LaFountain. Sixth, the 28 of Lowe Finney. 7 cars set to do battle here for this second qualifier in the Sportsman Modifieds. Here they come. Green flag. Well, that was a pretty good start for Pelkey in the 24. John Mike didn't answer the call. Here comes Susie down on the inside. Pelkey struggles 3 wide right now. Look at Finney go down on the inside. Finney from worst to third in just 1 lap. Finney ends up with a 3rd spot after that pass of about 4 cars down on the inside, perhaps using the Mike Bruno lane at times. Here goes Finney again, looks down on the inside of that number 24 for Pelkey. Next 24 up in line for him to get around would be the 24 of Susie. He's right on the back door, looks down on the inside off of turn number 4. There's room there, but he can't get there inside. Now going to try the top of the racetrack. Finney puts it up on top, off of turn number 2. The 24 drifts a little bit, cuts the momentum, but here he comes again going into turn number 3. Finney in that 69 has the nose out in front. Susie trying to hold on, drag race for the lead off of the 4th turn, give it to Finney. Finney in the 69 has driven his way around, well, the entire field, and he is in that number 1 position. Here comes Lonnie Rivers looking for that 2nd spot. Lonnie struggled a bit last week, but seems to have hit it right this week. Rivers in that R7 now right on the back bumper of that 24 of Susie. Rivers with a little bobble that time off of turn number 2. That negated any progress he had. Now here comes Rick Donor looking down to the inside of John Mike Brissett for the 5th spot. Donor looks him in the eye, goes right on by as Brissett struggles off of turn number 4. Oh, look at turn number 2. Lonnie Rivers is off the pace and off into the bunker. I think he got his right front hooked up with that number 24 of Susie. And that Mike Finney shows the way. It'll be a single file restart as per the dirt car rulebook. Beyond halfway in a race. Here he comes. Gets on it now. Green. Flag is out. Well, Sales with a little bit of trouble. He got into the back end of John Mike Brissett. And he had to get on the binders. Finney takes that lead down the backstretch. And just, is increasing the car lengths as he completes the 6th lap with 2 to go here in this second qualifier. Lonnie Rivers in that number R7 looks down to the inside of the 14 of John Mike Brissett. He now has the 5th spot. Here goes the 91 of Donor. Donor down to the inside of Pelkey. Donor gets by him with no problem. Donor 3rd. White flag is out, and here comes Lonnie Rivers. He's going to take the 4th spot away and perhaps give Donor a run for his money for that number 3 spot. Donor drifts up the track a little bit. Here comes Rivers down on the inside. No doubt about the winner. It's going to be Mike Finney. Second's definitely going to go to Susie. Here's the battle for that 3rd spot. It's going to go to Rick Donor off the final corner. 4th was Lonnie Rivers. Outside Lavarne Way, the 49, that is Jason Ledoux. Final row on the field, the 14, Rob Clark. And the 22 is Chad Collins. Green, flag is out. Well, it was a good jump for the 16 of Dale O'Neill. Perhaps Scott Richner was taking a nap for that start. Now Richner finally gets on it, and he's battling side by side with Jason Chris for the 2nd spot. Here comes Ty Drown in the number 6. Drown runs in the 4th spot. Give that 2nd spot now to the 54 of Chris. And Drown now on a mission on the back bumper of that 88 for Scott Richner. Richner runs the high line, Drown down to the inside. Drown has to back off in turn number 2 as he was drifting up the track. Battle for the lead now. Dale O'Neill on the outside, Jason Chris on the inside. Chris says, thank you very much for giving me the inside lane. He'll take that 54 to the lead off of turn number 4. Side by side for the third spot. Ty Drowns down to the inside of Scott Richner. They race side by side again off of turn number 2. And perhaps a touch on the backstretch. Richner in that number 88 backs off though. 3 wide now for the 4th spot. Down on the very bottom is the 14 of Clark. Richner in the middle, Signs on the top. Halfway in this first qualifier for the mini modifieds. Richner still to be in the sandwich, but here comes Clark prevailing down on the inside. Boy, Jason Chris is really struggling in the second turn. O'Neill is closing in turn, off of turn number 2, I should say. And even in 4, that car's pushing a little bit. Popsicle sticks are out, 2 to go for that number 54 of Jason Chris. Chris again pushes big time in turn number 2. Here comes Clark in the 14. He looks down to the inside of Ty Drown for the 3rd spot. They're also side by side for position number 5. It is the 88 of Richner and the 3 of Signs. White flag is out one more time around for the 54 of Jason Chris. We'll see how he does this time in turn number 2. Again, still fighting that handle, pushing up the track. Although he is hanging on to the lead. Here comes Clark perhaps for a last lap pass of the 16 for the 2nd spot. But Jason Chris is going to win it off of turn number 4. Chris is going to get the 2nd spot. 3rd's going to go to O'Neill. 4th will go to Ty Drown. 5th look like Richner on the inside. 6th, the 3 of Signs. And 7th, Rhodes. And the 4 is Chris Lavere. Certainly a familiar name to the Big A. Here they come off of turn number 4. Green flag is out. Well, side by side off the start. There goes Jay LaGrave looking down to the Mike Bruno lane. He pushes up the track a little bit. That boxes things up on the outside. And everybody in the outside lane had to get on the binders. Out front, it's Robert Foley in that number 66. Bradley is comfortably running in 2nd. Perhaps going to take a peek down to the inside off of turn number 4 for the lead, but no can do. Jay LaGrave now in the 79 runs the high groove. Up on the outside of Johnny Bradley, he takes that spot away, and he is now going to look for the lead and is currently being held by the 66 of Robert Foley. They're side by side now for the 2nd spot. It is Laporte in the 45B down on the inside, Johnny Bradley in the 69. Give it to Laporte that time, the 3 spot it is. On the top of the racetrack. Pushing up the tracks, the 66, although the 79 of LaGrave also pushed up. They're 3 wide. Here comes Riel down on the inside. He's bringing Lavere with him. It is just a gaggle of cars for spots 1 through 6 as they race off of turn number 4. Riel may end up coming out with a lead. Whoa, look out. A little bit of contact that time from Foley in the 66. Got into the right rear of the 79 of LaGrave. Here comes Eric Riel. Game, set, match. Riel's to the front down on the inside. And LaGrave's trying to hang with him on the outside, but I don't know that he's going to be able to. Riel in that 0-2 powers through down on the inside with 2 laps to go, although Chris Lavere is coming right with him. Chris Lavere in that number 4 looks like that car's got a skirt on or something with all that extra metal down on the bottom. Uh-oh, there goes Jay LaGrave. He's in trouble. He's playing a round of golf, and he just hit a shot into the bunker. He clipped a piece of the 69 of Johnny Bradley. You see Bradley pushed up in turn number 3. Well, that's because the 79 rather got a piece of him. White flag is out. 1 to go for Eric Riel in that 0-2. Riel was the feature winner just a week ago. He has Chris Lavere chasing him down, but Lavere's not going to get there in half a lap's time. Here they come off of the 4th turn. Eric Riel is going to win the qualifier. Chris Lavere is 2nd. Battle for 3rd off of turn number 4 is going to go to Laporte on the outside. LaFountain is 4th, and 5th, I believe, is going to go to
Claire. 14 cars ready to run, 25 laps the distance tonight for the limited late models. Here they come off turn number 4. Green flag is out. The field races off into turns 1 and 2 from the outside. Larry Underwood trying to take the lead down the backstretch. Here comes Sean Duquette on the inside. Duquette vaults into the 2nd spot. They continue to run through turns 3 and 4. Mike Shagnon boxed in. He looked to go to the outside, but he had Cody Myers at his door. The leader of lap 1 is Larry Underwood. Keep an eye on the 20, the 19, and the 61 as they work in the middle of the pack. Danny Sullivan in car number 3 also looking to move. He's looking down to the inside of the 7 of Nick LaGoy. Out front, Sean Duquette peeks down to the inside of the 73 of Larry Underwood. Underwood holding on to position for now as they're 3 wide coming off of turn number 4. Bucko Branham threads the needle. Jamie Begor is down on the inside. Now they'll work side by side. Nick Lagoy down to the inside. Made contact with Dylan Paye in the 0-7. Everything shakes out. They all stay straight. We stay under green. They race down the backstretch. Again, the battle between the 19 and the 20. Running side by side for position. Right now they are fighting for the 8th spot. Make that 7th with Begor down on the inside. Branham on the outside. The leader out front is still Larry Underwood. Sean Duquette right off of his back bumper. Duquette's got room down on the inside line. Sticks the nose there. Coming into turn number 4 for the lead. Down the front stretch of the line. It's still Larry Underwood hanging on. That battle for 7th is still going between the 19 and the 20. Begor's on the inside. Branham on the outside. Begor advancing lap by lap, trying to gain some position as Branham continues to work the top side with heavy traffic in front of both of those drivers. Here comes Duquette again for the lead off turn number 4. Larry Underwood hanging on to the lead by about a half car length at the line, but Duquette is there in turn number 2. He sticks the nose in front. Underwood takes advantage of the progressive banking. Off the top of turn number 2, back to the lead, but Sean Duquette, lap by lap, is inching closer to the front of the field. Side by side, racing for the lead. Meanwhile, a 4-car battle now for the 5th spot. Sean Duquette has the lead in turn number 2. Larry Underwood goes back to 2nd. Mike Shagnon heading back to the garage area. Duquette is the leader. Underwood running 2nd. 3rd right now is Brandon Atkins. 4th is Danny Sullivan. And 5th it's Jamie Begor. Right behind him, Bucko Branham coming to the 6th spot in car number 20. Outside Branham, it is the 75 of Cody Myers. Myers is sliding backwards. Robin Wood trying to move underneath. Wood would try to take that 7th spot away from Myers, and he will in the middle of the backstretch. Top 2 drivers have pulled away from Brandon Atkins, who works in 3rd. Right behind him, it is Danny Sullivan in the 3, and then it's Jamie Begor in car number 19. Duquette in the 18, the 73 of Underwood, down the backstretch, a pretty good gap, half backstretch down to the 4 of Brandon Atkins. Then it is the, oh look out, we got a spin. The 07 and the 75 have come together, and that is going to bring out a yellow flag. Towards the back of the pack, he's out front. Larry Underwood in the 73 will be on the top side of the racetrack now. Brandon Atkins been holding serve in that 3rd spot. He's got Danny Sullivan at his door as here they come off of turn number 4 down the line. Green flag is back out. Duquette sails off into 1 and 2. Larry Underwood trying to hang with him on the top. Brandon Atkins is sideways. Boy, Atkins struggled in his qualifier, but he seems to be running much better here in the feature event. But he's got the heavy hitters now at his door and right behind. Let's see if he can keep running in the top 3. Danny Sullivan sticks the nose into that 3rd spot at the line. Out front, Larry Underwood on the top has taken the lead back away from Sean Duquette as they race down the backstretch. Duquette in the number 18 was able to take the lead away from Underwood, working the inside line, but Underwood is back on the top of the racetrack, and he led that last lap. Here he comes down the line. He's got it. Larry Underwood in the 73. Sean Duquette running 2nd on the inside. Dan Sullivan has moved to 3rd. It's the outside line that's moving. Brandon Atkins is backing up the inside line, and that has snookered Jamie Begor in the number 19. He's got no place to go. Branham has moved past on the outside. Robin Wood looking to move past as well as the 4 is sliding backwards, and he's holding everybody up behind him. Larry Underwood in the 73 trying to hang on to that lead on the outside line. Begor sees room now inside of Atkins down the backstretch, but he can't quite get there. Side by side racing for the lead. It's Duquette on the inside, Underwood on the outside as they race off of turn number 4. Down the line, it's still Larry Underwood hanging on. Bucko Branham drifted up the racetrack. Perhaps some contact there with the 4-car of Atkins as Jamie Begor comes back after Branham on the inside line as they work off of turn number 2. The 3 of Danny Sullivan is right in the mix. Sean Duquette running in the 2nd spot. Here comes Bucko Branham. Branham down in front of Begor as they race to the line. They're halfway in the feature event. Good racing out front. It's the 73 of Underwood still holding on to lead. Sean Duquette just can't quite get there on that inside line now. Perhaps the handle going away a little bit for him. Danny Sullivan goes to the outside of the 18. Bucko Branham right on the back bumper. He looks down to the inside line as Jamie Begor is right behind Branham. Robin Wood closing in as well. Sean Duquette in the 18. Danny Sullivan in the 3-car. He was high, tried to come down. Branham was on the inside. Here comes Brandon through, looking for that 3rd spot. He'll grab it. Bucko Branham goes to 3rd. Sean Duquette still trying to take the spot away from Larry Underwood, who is the race leader. Underwood still holding on out front. Larry Underwood on the top of the track. Sean Duquette on the inside. Bucko Branham sideways over in turn number 2. Pushed up the track. That gives room to Begor. Begor trying to get underneath to get that 4th spot. Danny Sullivan's gone back to 3rd. Here comes Jamie Begor. Almost touching with Branham off the 4th turn as they come down the line. Larry Underwood still leading out front each lap. It's about 5 to 10 feet, the advantage over the 18 of Sean Duquette. Duquette not getting the bite that he had earlier down on the inside. Underwood has been able to hold on with that number 73. Here they come again off of turn number 4. It's still Larry Underwood at the stripe. Side by side racing for the lead. Bucko Branham in the 20 car. Jamie Begor in the 19. They're racing for 4th. Dan Sullivan is still sitting in that 3rd spot. Sean Duquette in the 18 again, looking inside through turn number 4. Larry Underwood, it's the same old story, holding him off down the line. Outstanding racing in the limited late model division. Sean Duquette can't quite get the job done. Larry Underwood continues to hold him off. He has not made a mistake on the outside. If he bobbles at all on that outside line, you can bet Duquette's going to move through and take advantage. Again down the line. It's still 5 feet at the line for Larry Underwood. Danny Sullivan working a middle line around the racetrack, sits in 3rd. Jamie Begor and Bucko Branham both running about a car length off the back bumper of Sullivan for the 4th spot. And then it's Robin Wood right now, last week's winner, sitting in the 6th position. 5 laps to go for the leaders. Here they come down the line. It's still Underwood by 5 feet. Larry Underwood, the ABC roasting number 73, has the lead. Sean Duquette pushes up a little bit in 2. Might have lost some ground. Sullivan thought about a 3-wide move. That opens up the outside line for Bucko Branham, who tried to get there. Here comes Branham to the outside, trying to get to the door of Sullivan. At the line, still Underwood. That time it was about a 7-foot advantage for the 73 car. Off of 2, down the backstretch. Larry Underwood almost clearing Sean Duquette. Duquette trying to stick with him, trying to stay down to the inside. Lap number 22 about to go up on the board. Larry Underwood continues to show the way. Oh, what a race this has been. Sean Duquette on the inside. Oh, Sullivan's in trouble. He's sideways over in turn number 2. Branham goes around on the top side, and Begor moves underneath down on the inside. Here comes Robin Wood. Sullivan may lose 3 spots when this shakes out. Popsicle sticks are out. 2 laps to go for Larry Underwood. Can Larry Underwood hold off Sean Duquette? He's been on the outside since the restart. Oh, they get together at turn number 2. They straighten it out down the backstretch. Underwood still has the lead. Going to turn number 3. Here comes Branham closing in. Side by side for the lead. They'll come down the line almost dead even. White flag is out. 1 to go. It's Duquette at the line by inches. Sean Duquette had the lead, but he bobbled in turn number 2, pushed up into Underwood that last lap. Down the backstretch, Underwood has the lead. Here comes the 18 of Duquette back after him on the inside. Final set of turns. It's going to be a drag race for the win. Here they come, down to the line. Who's it going to be? Checkered flag is out. Too close to call up here. We'll have to look at the monitor. Oh, what a race that was. You had taken the lead using the inside line, and your car seemed to stick pretty well. And then after the restart, that inside line was not the place that your car really wanted to be.
Yeah, I couldn't get the bite off. And he ran a good line on the outside of me where it kind of pinched me off. I couldn't get a good bite off, and I was just fighting because the car was just a little, I couldn't get on it when I wanted to, and he started pulling me every lap.
On lap 23 over in turn number 2, your car pushed a little bit. You got a piece of Larry. In the end, both of you straightened it out, but it really allowed you to get into a position where you could draw even and be side by side with him over the final couple of laps.
Yeah, I tried to get out of the throttle way too soon and at my car, and I got into a little bit, but we ended up finishing side by side.
Now, in your mind, you have any idea?
I think I had him to the line, actually, but I don't know.
Well, they're watching the video still. They're going frame by frame upstairs. Larry, come on over here. All right, so we'll talk with Larry as they're still watching the video frame by frame. Your car on the top, I was just talking to Sean, he made a pass of you earlier, and then the yellow flag comes out. You run on the outside the remainder of the event. Turn number 4, you really were getting pretty good bite. Every lap down to the line, you seem to have him by about 5 feet.
Yeah, the car was a lot better on the outside than it was the inside.
Apparently we've made a decision. Robbie, let's go up to you.
Well, the winner of this race is standing right next to you. It's going to be the 73 of Underwood by less than an inch.
All right, so just by a few inches, congratulations to Larry. Congratulations, Larry. They had to watch the video, and just by a few inches, you were able to get the win. And I know this is something that you've been chasing for some time in this division. It's got to feel pretty good.
Feels really good, really good. To be honest with you, I think me and Sean both won. That's how good it was. That was some good racing right there. You got to trust the person on the inside. Me and Sean been racing together for quite a while, and he's really good to race with. As you can tell, side by side like that for I don't know how many laps he went, but had fun. Had really fun.
Well, nice job by Larry Underwood. A great way to get a victory. Nice job by Larry. We talked with Sean Duquette. Let's go on the outside of the second row. We'll see if those two perhaps are the favorites for this one. A number of other cars trying to work through the field to get to the front. They're ready to run. Here they come into turn number 4 down the front stretch. Green flag is out. On the hammer into turn number 1 with George Foley down on the inside. On the top, it's Todd Ormsby in the 10. Here comes Chris Kaye through on the inside, grabbing the second spot. In the earlier practice, Todd Stone and Pierre Berthiaume in that 1 Quebec were turning the fastest times on the track. Field races off into turn number 2. They've completed the first lap with Foley showing the way. Here comes Vernold on the inside. Chris Vernold looking for running room, but he backed out of it going to turn number 3. That's going to cost him the spot as Dupree races around on the outside. Oh, Patrick Dupree hanging on to it in the 24. He tried to get down in front of Vernold. He had not yet cleared him, and he clipped with the left rear quarter panel, the right front of Vernold. That shot him towards the wall, but he wrestled it, kept it straight, and he is now in the 4th spot. The leader is Foley. Second is Chris Kaye. Running at 3rd is Todd Ormsby, but he is under attack. Coming after him is Patrick Dupree in the 24. Chris Vernold runs in for 5th, rather. Pierre Berthiaume is 6th. Here comes Dupree on the inside. Going to turn number 3, had the wheels underneath, but he backed out of it going to the turn. Ormsby will hang on to 3rd for now. Dupree still in 4th. Drag race down into turn number 1. Ormsby hanging to 3rd. It is Dupree in the 4th position. Running in 5th, Vernold looking on the outside. Right behind him is Berthiaume, who's drawing into the mix. Behind Berthiaume, it is Mueller in the 19. Then Mike Wells, Leon Gagnon, and Todd Stone in the 1X have a pretty good battle going on. Gagnon and Stone racing for position in the top 10. They're just inside the top 10. Meanwhile, tight racing for the 3rd spot. Patrick Dupree trying to get underneath Todd Ormsby, and Dupree will do it. The inside line coming through. Now Vernold, he is boxed because he can't get down to the inside. He'd have to make a 3-wide bonsai move to get around Ormsby on the outside. That opens up room for Berthiaume down on the inside. Here comes Mueller. Vernold is sliding backwards on the outside. Ormsby has it boxed up. Oh, Mueller with a bobble off 4. He wasn't sure if the 10 and Ormsby was going to come down right in front. Now Vernold tries to slide underneath, tried to dive down to the inside. Room wasn't there. Mueller gets past. Chris Vernold sliding backwards with a number 97. The leader is Foley. His lead is about 10 car lengths over Chris Kaye, and a big gap back to the 24, Patrick Dupree. Berthiaume is right on his back bumper. Pierre Berthiaume in the 1 Quebec working in the 4th position. Here comes Mueller to the inside. Mueller trying to grab 5th, and he will. Todd Ormsby back to 6th. 7th is Chris Vernold. 8th, here comes Todd Stone on the inside. He's to the 8th spot. 9th is Mike Wells. 10th is Leon Gagnon. Max Vienne is up to the 11th spot. 12th is Adam Bartamy. 13th is Andy Haywood. 14th is Andy Lindemann. 15th is Mike Riel. George Foley continues to lead. It's a 10 to 12 car length advantage over the 18 of Chris Kaye. Berthiaume is putting heat on the 24 of Patrick Dupree. Berthiaume was one of the fastest cars in practice. Here he goes to the top of the racetrack. Pierre Berthiaume trying to get around Patrick Dupree. Wheel to wheel racing off of turn number 4. The battle for 3rd goes to Berthiaume. Pierre Berthiaume drives around the outside of Patrick Dupree to 3rd. Dupree back to the 4th spot. Mueller trying to chase him down now. Keep an eye on the 1 Quebec. He was awfully quick earlier in practice, and now he's got a lot of traffic and a lot of track to make up as Chris Kaye, the number 18 in that 2nd spot, is a good half backstretch in front of Berthiaume as he comes off of turn number 2. Running in 4th is Dupree. 5th is Mueller. 6th is Vernold. 7th is now Stone. 8th is Ormsby. Running in 9th, it's Mike Wells. 10th is Leon Gagnon. 11th is Max Vienne. 12th is Andy Haywood. 13th, Adam Bartamy. 14th is Andy Lindemann. 15th is Mike Riel. The leader working on the back of the pack. They run wheel to wheel in front of the leader. Here comes Foley off of 4. And they were wheel to wheel side by side along the front stretch at the start-finish line. Max Vienne slides it over in turn number 3. Adam Bartamy just barely sneaks past, and we got a yellow flag. With the ML Production 99. All right, those cars in the top 15, 13 laps complete, 17 laps remain. Here they come into turn number 4. KA wants to go. Foley, not quite yet. Now he's on it. Here they come down the line. Green flag. Oh, Berthiaume, it's a good start for him as well. He's right on the back bumper of Foley. Let's see if he can hang with him off of turn number 2. No, KA is going to have that 2nd spot. But Berthiaume might have had a chance had he been able to stick with the back of the 34 to dive underneath the 18. Now gets into the rear of the 18 going to turn number 4. K.A. hanging on to second. Third is Bertillon. Fourth is Mueller. The battle for fifth. Here comes the 24 of Dupree on the outside. Look at Todd Stone go. Stone has moved to the fifth spot. Here comes Bertillon underneath K.A. Bertillon trying to grab the second spot. Slides up the racetrack. Didn't really get traction off three. And K.A. will hang on. Halfway now through this one. George Foley pulling away. Bertillon trying to work to get underneath Chris K.A. He's there off two. There goes Bertillon to second. K.A. falling back to third. Maybe fourth. Here comes Mueller. Mueller's bringing Todd Stone with him. Mueller on the inside. Stone right on the back bumper trying to follow him through. Mueller goes to third. K.A. back to fourth. Todd Stone is in the top five and he is lurking. Stone to the inside of K.A. off two down the backstretch to fourth. Bertillon now chasing down George Foley. Foley off of turn number 4 has a 10 car length advantage over Bertillon. George Foley shows the way. Pierre Bertillon is second. Jesse Mueller works third. Fourth is Todd Stone. Running in fifth is Chris K.A. Sixth is Patrick Dupree. Seventh is Chris Reynolds. Eighth, Leon Gagnon. Ninth, Todd Stone. Look out. Adam Bartamy gets a piece of Andy Lindemann in the 3. That's going to bring out a yellow flag. Bertillon can try to hang with them as they are ready to roll. 17 laps down. 13 to go. Here they come. Green flag is out. Mueller flying to the outside. Here comes Mueller trying to grab the second spot. Bertillon down on the inside. Jesse Mueller with a great restart trying to grab second. Bertillon's Mueller's going for the lead. Mueller to the outside of Foley. Mueller trying to go from third to first in a lap. He's got second but not first. George Foley showing the way. Jesse Mueller is now second. Pierre Bertillon runs in third. Todd Stone underneath as the Bertillon 1 really pushed off a 2. He got a piece of the bunker. That broke his momentum. Stone takes third away. Bertillon back to fourth. Looked like Bertillon was in a pretty good position to pick up or at least challenge for a win tonight. Then a bobble. Jesse Mueller with a great restart driving around the outside to get that second spot. And then Bertillon bobbled off 2. That cost him third. 10 laps to go for George Foley. Mueller running in second. Trying to hold off Todd Stone, the defending track champion, is there, trying to get the nose underneath, and the yellow flag is out. There's a car in the wall off of turn number 4. Left front tire is down on the Gamache B3. Foley into turn number 3. Mueller waiting to anticipate the move. Here they come. They're on the hammer, coming down the front stretch. Green flag is out. Mueller again will go to the top into turn number 1. That opens room for Stone underneath. Let's see if he can get there and take the second spot away. They fly down the backstretch at turn number 3. Mueller goes for it on the outside. On the inside it is Foley in the 34. Can Mueller make it signal? A bobble from Foley, but Mueller was not there to take advantage. You could see the 34 bobble off 4. Mueller comes back after him on the outside. This time he pushes up in front. Mueller trying to get down to the inside now. That's the line that's open. No, back to the top in turn number 3. Foley on the inside. Mueller following right behind down the front stretch into turn number 1. 22 laps showing complete. Todd Stone at this point has a pretty good view of the battle for the lead out front. Foley opens it up to 2 car lengths. Mueller tries to close back in. Stone is right on his back bumper, now looking down to the inside as he's feeding along the bottom of the racetrack in the G-Stone Motors 1X. It is Foley in the 34, the 19 of Mueller. Foley gets a real good run that time off too. Pulls away to 2 car lengths. Mueller running in second. Stone trying to close in on him. Mueller closes in 3 and 4. Foley gets away in 1 and 2. Foley's car really appears to be hooked up in the first and second turns. Mueller appears to be a little bit stronger in 3 and 4. That time Stone got the tires right down to the inside of the racing surface, kicked up a little dirt as he's trying to run down the 19 of Mueller. Out front it's Foley in the 34, still holding on to that 2 car length advantage over Mueller. Foley trying to lead every single lap in this one. 5 laps to go for George Foley. Jesse Mueller in the 19 fading now. It's a 3 car length advantage. Todd Ormsby takes the 10 into the infield. Here comes Foley off of turn number 4. 3 car lengths make it 4 at the line. Foley is pulling away. Jesse Mueller in the 19 pushed that car earlier. Is it fading now? It appears to be. Foley with a 4 car length lead over Mueller. Todd, oh, look out. Yellow flag is out. We got a car in trouble up in turn number 4. Yellow flag comes out. George Foley, Jesse Mueller. Let's see if Mueller pulls a similar move. He's want to go high into turn number 1. Here they come off turn number 4 down the line. Green flag. Mueller this time is going to stay in line. Foley is pulling away off turn number 2. Foley seems to have the field covered. It's 2.5 car lengths going to the 3rd turn. Mueller not able to hang with him this time. Here comes George down the front stretch. Todd Stone looking inside Mueller to turn number 1. Wasn't quite able to get underneath in 1 and 2. Down the backstretch, it is not a battle for the lead. It's a battle for second. George Foley in a comfortable position out front with 2 laps to go. Todd Stone trying to get underneath the 19 of Mueller. Mueller hanging on to the second spot, but he is not in the fight for the win. Stone again looks down to the inside as they work to turn number 3. George Foley coming off of turn number 4, down the line. White flag is out, 1 to go for Foley. Foley's got about an 8-car length advantage over Mueller, who runs in second. Down the backstretch, cars slicing and dicing for position inside the top 5. Good battle as Vernal tries to get to the 5th spot. Gagno and Vienne also battling, but out front, it's going to be George Foley for the win. Todd Stone finishes in second. Third goes to Mueller. Fourth to Bertillon, and finishing in 5th is the 97 of Chris Vernal.
Well, a heck of a job by George Foley as he takes his victory lap around the Big 8. Foley was the quickest driver in the field. He had a 1/10 of a second over next in line time-wise. So Foley certainly deserving of that race. Foley, of course, a very strong driver. We saw him have bad luck last week in his qualifier. Got up into some dirt and the top of turn number 1, clipped that wall, went over in that number 34. And he is able to come back strong this week. He brings the Shamrock.
This is George Foley from Vermontville, New York. George gets the victory. Well, that's a pretty good recovery after the disappointment of the opening week, and you still see that mark that you left over there on the end of that turn number 1 wall. Same, you can still see the mark right here on the rear quarter panel as well. But a nice recovery, starting on point. Looked like Jesse Mueller might have something for you late in the race, but then you were able to pull away in those final laps, and you ended up winning by a good 5 car lengths.
Yeah, we had a decent car. I mean, we didn't have what we normally would, but this is the same car. We opted to fix it rather than bring the other car. And we're just happy to be here. My guys did all the work anyways, so I always thank them because without them, I just stay home. But it's a lot of fun. Hopefully we can get here more than once this year.
Just how much work did you have to do over the course of the week?
Well, they did a lot. The frame and the motor and transmission are the same. There's not a lot else that is. The body got straightened. I don't know how, but he straightened it, and it's on there, but for now.
Well, it all paid off. Congratulations on getting a win.
Thank you.
All right, that's George Foley. He wins it. Monk is beautiful, number 2 for Metalman. And shotgun on the field in the 08 from Dannemora. That is Andrew Bordeaux. Here they come off turn number 4 down the line. Green flag. Oh, look out. The 23 a little sideways coming down the line. They're 3 wide into turn number 1. 23 of John Booten working on the inside line now, drifting up a little bit. He's sliding backwards. Here comes brother Ryan after him on the outside line as they're side-by-side racing for the 4th spot. Side-by-side, just about from there on back through the field. But they're not side-by-side out front. The leader is Rob Gordon in the H2O. Black flag was out for somebody. Who was it? The 7 of Josh Leclerc is headed back to the garage area. Black flag for Leclerc. Side-by-side racing now for the 4th position. And the number 13, Joe Warren, is on the inside. And on the outside, it is Mark Karen at car number 5 as they work off the 4th turn down to the front stretch.
It appeared that 7 of Leclerc was leaking some fluid way up at the top of the racetrack through 3 and 4.
Robert Gordon with a sizable lead out front. The 357 of Curtis Seymour runs in second. Running in third is Rob Favreau in the number 22. Here comes Favreau from just down the road in Peru trying to get that second spot. And it is Big Joe Warren in the 13 working in 4th. 5th it is Tyler Terry on the top of the racetrack. And car number 28 for Ryan Booten running in 6th. The side-by-side battle, best battle on the track right now, is for that second spot. 357 on top, 22 down on the inside. Give it to 22 off of the 4th turn. He'll have the second spot. Leading the way is Rob Gordon. You can see the line that Rob likes to run with the H2O. middle through the turns, and then right to the top off of turn number 2. Sometimes he'll work an extreme top line around 1 and 2. This time, Rob Gordon a little bit lower off the 4th turn as he comes down the line, and he appears to be building that lead. Rob Favreau in the 22 is in 2nd. Curtis Seymour runs in 3rd. 4th is Joe Warren. 5th, Tyler Terry. Richie Turner's on the move. Turner started in the 10th spot, and he is up to the 6th position. Joe Warren fading a little bit. He lost a spot to Tyler Terry, and now here comes Richie Turner after him. Richie Turner trying to get into the top 5. Finished 2nd last week, trying to move to the front. Not easy to do in the Renegade division. Rob Gordon leading. His lead is 10 car lengths over Rob Favreau. Curtis Seymour, the 357, still 3rd. Tyler Terry, 4th, side by side for 5th. Richie Turner and Joe Warren, the 17 of Turner, the 13 of Warren off of turn number 4. Down the line, it will be Turner in the 5th spot by a couple of feet. Josh Terry also now trying to move to the front. The 43, the 11 of Lance Raptoy, trying to gain track position. It's just so tough to do with such a level playing field. It is not easy to work through traffic and to make it to the front of the field. Robert Gordon, the Premier Paving H2O well drilling car, leading. Still 10 car lengths is the advantage over the 22 of Rob Favreau. Favreau now by about 5 car lengths over the 357 of Curtis Seymour. Tyler Terry continues to run in that 4th spot. Richie Turner in 5th. Joe Warren hanging on to 6th, but here comes Josh Terry. He's at the door, and he's trying to knock and come on through. The 43 of Josh Terry to the inside of Joe Warren. Terry a little bit sideways through 1 and 2. Warren on the top gets a good run, but Terry's dead even with him down the backstretch as that battle is for the 6th spot. Josh Terry, Joe Warren side by side for 6th and 7th. And running right behind them in 8th and 9th, it is Lance Raptoy in the 11 car and car number 28 for Ryan Booten. Rounding out the top 10 right now is the 69 of Don Franklin. Franklin in the 10th spot. Good battle between the 43, the 13, the 11, and the 28. Racing for position inside the top 10. That's the best action on the racetrack right now. Lance Raptoy underneath the 13 of Joe Warren. Joe's been stuck on that middle and outside line, and he has been sliding backwards with the 13 car. Rob Gordon still maybe a little less than 10 car lengths now. His advantage over the 22 of Rob Favreau, but he's doing a pretty good job of maintaining the lead. We're approaching the middle stages of the race. Gordon, Favreau, Seymour, then the 17 of Turner, and the 44 of Tyler Terry rounding out the top 5. Josh Terry, Tyler's younger brother, looking down to the inside in car number 43. He's got room to the inside. Let's see if he can move into that position and get 5th. Josh Terry, perhaps the car that is really moving on the racetrack. Josh started in 12th in that number 43, and right now he is in the 5th position. Josh Terry has gained 7 spots to get to 5th. Robert Gordon's lead now down to about 8 car lengths. It does appear that Rob Favreau is closing in. It had been 10 car lengths off the turn, but as you can see off of turn number 2, that's down to maybe 7 car lengths even as they work into turns 3 and 4. So Favreau is closing in on the leader. We have a car off the pace that is Tyler Terry, and that is going to bring out the first. All right, here they come off of turn number 4. Green flag is right back out. Rob Favreau was closing in on Rob Gordon. Oh, Curtis Seymour rocking and rolling into turn number 1. Now they're 3 wide for the 3rd spot. Meanwhile, battle for the lead. Here comes Rob Favreau on the outside. He's got the nose out in front for the lead, going to 3 and 4. 3 cars were in the position for that 3rd spot, but it's Favreau to the outside now trying to get the lead down to the line. It's still Rob Gordon. Oh, this is shaping up for another side-by-side finish. Once these Renegades get hooked side-by-side, they tend to stay that way for a while. Gordon on the inside, Favreau on the outside. Going to turn number 3, I'm telling you, Josh Terry may be the car to watch. Oh, look out, hang on there, Ryan Booten in the 28. He's sideways, he's headed towards the wall, but he's able to hang on to it. He lost a whole bunch of spots, but they saved a bunch of work in the shop later in the week. Here comes Favreau surging to the lead on the top. Again, I think the fastest car on the track is that 43 of Josh Terry. From 12th to 3rd, and now maybe 2nd, heck, maybe the lead if he can thread the needle. Oh, that hole closes. Rob Favreau's got the lead by 5 car lengths. The 43, is he thinking about a bonsai move through the middle? If it's there, I think he might go for it. The H2O again draws even in the middle of the backstretch. 17 laps complete. They go to 3 and 4. Favreau sticks the nose back out in front. Here they come down the front stretch. It's Gordon on the inside. Favreau up to the wall, down the line. It's Favreau by inches. Rob Favreau had the lead at the line. Don't count out the 17. Richie Turner's throwing his hat into the ring as well. He finished second last week with a 17 car. Now he's third. Josh Terry on the outside, back to the 4th spot. Rob Favreau really drives it hot to the turn. Off of turn number 4. Oh, it works for him. He's clearly got the lead. He can run whatever line he wants now in a 1 and 2. He wants to stay on the top. Gordon is pinned down on the inside line. Josh Terry trying to get back to his door on the outside. You know, Gordon likes to get that car up towards the top. He can't get there now because the 43 is at his door. The 22 of Favreau again working right up towards the wall. Oh, it didn't go too well that time as the H2O draws closer. It's about a half car length the advantage. The 43 of Terry trying to get to the outside of the H2O. Now, a good run off turn number 2 for Favreau. 20 laps showing complete on the board. Rob Favreau's got the lead by a car length. Into turn number 4. Again, Favreau takes it right up to the wall, off the 4th turn, down to the line. Josh Terry to second. Robert Gordon now running in third with the H2O. Favreau works that higher line. If Terry can clear the H2O, I think he'll dive down to the inside and try to make the winning pass. But the 22 has the lead. Josh Terry trying to clear the H2O. Now Favreau with a lower line into turn number 4. Here he comes down the front stretch. Following him is Josh Terry in the 2nd spot. Lap 22 goes up on the board for car number 22. Favreau leading by a car length off the 2nd turn. Josh Terry again, you can see the rear end just kick out a little bit. The H2O now in a battle for 3rd with Richie Turner. Lance Raptoy in the 11 trying to get to the top 5. Popsicle sticks are out. 2 laps to go for Rob Favreau. Robbie Favreau in the 22, leading Josh Terry in the 43. Rob Gordon trying to hang on to 3rd. Richie Turner at his door for the top for that 4th spot. He's on the top of the racetrack. Lance Raptoy clearly now into the 5th position. Robbie Favreau down the line. The white flag is out. 1 lap to go for Rob Favreau. Can he hold off Josh Terry? Terry on the inside. Favreau goes to the top of the track again. Down the backstretch. It's still a 1 car length lead. Final set of turns to negotiate for Favreau. He works into turn number 3. Terry almost onto the back bumper. Here they come down the line. The checkered flag is out. Rob Favreau's going to win it. Josh Terry is 2nd. Richie Turner 3rd. The H2O for Rob Gordon 4th. 5th goes to car number 11 for Lance Raptoy.
On a restart, but nonetheless, it didn't really affect the outcome at all. Robbie Favreau was able to win. He takes his victory lap in that number 22. Certainly a nice drive to the win for that number 22 of Favreau. Richie Turner's out of his car. Nice job, Richie. And then here comes Josh Terry, driver of that number 43 car. Nice job by both drivers to work their way from deep in the field, coming from the 5th and 6th row. And here comes Robbie.
All right, getting out of his car now. Give a nice round of applause, everybody. Robbie Favreau gets the win. Rob's a little excited. That was a heck of a race. Come on over here. Boy, the top of the racetrack was where your car wanted to be, and off of turn number 4, you got awfully close to that wall, lap after lap after lap.
Well, that's where the car wanted to go. It was loose. Just stand on it, and it'll straighten itself out.
Good side-by-side racing at the front of the field. A lot of side-by-side racing for you to get towards the front. Talk about the pass that you eventually made of Rob Gordon to take the lead.
Well, Rob's a very respectable racer. He's been here for quite some time, and running door-to-door with him and to pull ahead of him is outstanding. So proud today. My daughter graduated from college, went to her ceremony. Excellent. Today would have been my dad's birthday. I brought his 22 to victory lane, and I'm pumped.
You're having a good day, Rob Favreau.
I am. Thank you very much.
Congratulations to Robbie. He gets the victory. A nice win for Rob Favreau. Josh Terry, we'll get a word with Josh quick. Come on over here. Well, 2nd place, the car, I thought in the middle stages of the race, fastest car on the track was yours. You charged from 12th, got to the 2nd spot, but did it start to go away a little bit in the last few laps?
Oh, the car got bad loose at the end, but I guess you just got to drive the wheels off it and take what you can get.
Only a matter of time, though, before this car gets a checkered flag.
Yeah, my brother got one with it last year. This is a different car than I had last year, so I got to give it props to him. And for putting the car together, and I would like to thank all my sponsors: Lorman's, Smithfield Discount Liquor and Wine, McGee's Towing, Julie Garcia, Attorney Law, and all my friends and family. Thank you.
All right, that's Josh Terry. He finishes in the second spot. Richie Turner's back in the top three again. You're off to an excellent start in the season. Second last week, third this week in its division. Whenever you can get a top three, come.
Oh, yeah, we started about mid-pack, but the car got a little banged up, but that's all right.
Well, another solid run for you, and that's something that I'm sure you'll have fixed. These cars they have more character when you get things like that anyways. It might even make them faster.
Yeah, the donut marks make them look better.
Okay, congratulations, Richie. Nice job finishing in third. All right, have your 50-50 tickets handy. We've got the winner drawn. It's a blue ticket.
69. That is Mike Finney, outside Finney. The 29 Nick Haywood. 28 Eric Lozier. 47 is from Lake Clear. That is Eric Sales. 98 Rico Hernandez. 1 is Jake Branham, and the 14's John Mike Brissett. Green flag is out, and we're racing through turns 1 and 2. They box it up mid-pack, do some of these race cars. The 46 Little Joe, the 91 Rick Donor. Here they come off the fourth turn, and they still run side by side as they battle for spots 2 through about 10. It is the 24 of Susie prevailing down on the bottom, bringing Cody Aubin with him right down on the bottom of the racetrack. They are now side by side for spots 3, 5, and 7. Look out, Rick Donor a little bit sideways. He corrects it, no problem off of turn number 4 for him. Jamie LaFountain in the Marshall Holmes number 20 looks down on the inside of the West Side Auto. 46 for Joe Daniels. In front of him is the R7 of Lonnie Rivers. Rivers moves through on the inside, and LaFountain's trying to move up down on the inside as well, with Finney tail grabbing his bumper. Out front, smooth sailing for that number 33 of Travis Bruno. Travis Bruno last week hopped into the backup car for Eric Lozier. And this week his car is ready, and it's running pretty well out front, I would say. For that 33 of Travis Bruno. Running second right now is Susie. Third is Aubin in the 7 New York. Fourth in the R7, that's Lonnie Rivers. Fifth is the 20 of Jamie LaFountain. Sixth is Mike Finney. Seventh is the 24 of Kauke. Eighth to 29 of Haywood. Ninth, Little Joe Daniels in the 46. Rounding at the top 10 right now is Rick Donor. 11th goes to Eric Lozier. 12th, the 1 of Jake Branham. 13th, 47 Eric Sales. 14th is the 98 of Rico Hernandez, and John Mike Brissett can see them all in the number 14. The Sportsman Modified run in a sort of freight train style. Comfortable out front is the 33 of Bruno. Rick Donor in the 91, looking to make things interesting. Racing atop the 28 of Eric Lozier. Lozier down on the inside. Donor on the top. Donor struggling with the handle on that number 91. Lozier drives by down the inside. Again, Donor trying to fight back. Drives it deep through 3 and 4. But can't quite get the grip off of turn number 4. Although better drive this time as Lozier bobbled down on the inside. Donor in that number 91. A little bit of problem that time for Little Joe in the 46. That slowed any momentum the 91 of Donor had. And here comes Jake Branham down on the inside, looking inside to Donor. Cost Donor a couple positions there. Look out, a little bit of touch of the wheels between the 1 of Branham and the 91 of Donor. But they settle things out, and they continue to run side by side down the backstretch. We're just 10 laps in now. 15 laps remain in this J&S Steel Sportsman Modified feature. Again, now throw a blanket on those 3 cars, the 46, the 1, and the 91. Nearly 3 wide off of turn number 2. Donor thought better of making that 3 wide on the very top of the racetrack. Here goes Jake Branham down on the bottom. Problems for Mike Finney in the 69. He's off the pace. So is the 46 of Joe Daniels. And we are going to have a yellow flag. Could this be a break for Mike Finney? All right. It is a Bruno in the 33. And to his door, Susie in the 24. Here they come on the hammer. Green flag is out. Bruno in the 33 gets the advantage from the inside. Susie looking to fall in line, although he struggles off turn number 2. Look at the run by Nick Haywood. Shoots out of a rocket off of turn number 2, although he's got to get on the binders. The 24 holding him up. 24 slow in the top groove as the 7 of Aubin's working down to the inside. Look at Nick Haywood throw it down to the inside. Haywood shuts the door on the 7 of Rivers and now looks down to the inside of the 24 of Chris Susie. Nick Haywood shot out of a rocket on that restart. Side by side right now is the battle for 5th. The R7 down on the inside, not even a battle now as the 20 just drives it by. Look out, maybe a little bit of contact between the 24 and the 29. Susie and the 24 and the 29 of Haywood. Haywood to third, here comes LaFountain down on the inside with him. Jamie LaFountain using the inside, gets the right rear tire, bump into the 24 of Susie. Susie really backsliding right now on that number 24. Susie perhaps looking for a little bump of that number 20 of LaFountain as he tried to get into the back of him and pushed big time off of turn number 2. Here comes Lonnie Rivers down on the inside, lookout. About a 3-lane chop by the 24 of Susie that time. Came down in front of the R7 of Lonnie Rivers, and Rivers is sideways. 10 laps to go for the 33 of Travis Bruno. Lozier pushes up off of turn number 2. Uh-oh, that might have been a jinx. Off of the top of turn number 2. He struggled in turn number 2 that time. Uh-oh, there goes Lonnie Rivers. And he was pounded by the 91 of Rick Donor. Lonnie Rivers went around in the 7. And no
single file restart's not going to help him, but he certainly is well within distance to strike again.
All right, here they come. Down to the line, the green flag is back out. Well, good jump for that number 33 of Bruno. The 29 of Nick Haywood can't use the top groove as this time it was a single file restart. Last time they were double file. He was up on the top and able to work his way around. Here they come. Travis Bruno still in the lead. They run single file all the way until about the back of the pack where Sales and Hernandez are going at it side by side. Back out front, it's about 2.5 car lengths back to the 7 of Cody Aubin. Nick Haywood perhaps biding his time, being patient in that number 29, waiting for the 7 to have a mishap or a bobble. As he runs right now about a half a car length off the back bumper of that 7 of Cody Aubin. Haywood this time looks low and then backs off in turn number 3. Perhaps going to try and get on it out of turn number 4. Here he comes off the 4th turn and he still can't get there. Travis Bruno in that number 33 with that unique paint job in that number 33. Runs about now 2.5, 3 car lengths in front of that number 7. And then it is still about a car length back to the 29 of Nick Haywood. Haywood not really providing any challenge for that number 7 of Aubin. After Haywood, it's about 5, 6 car lengths back to the 20 of Jamie LaFountain. And then another 5 or 6 back to the top 5 car. That is the 24 of Susie. 5 laps to go. The Adirondack Water Systems number 33 of Travis Bruno. Side-by-side racing for, last place right now on the racetrack between the 47 of Eric Sales and the 98 of Rico Hernandez. They race side-by-side into turn number 3. Hernandez down on the bottom, Sales on the top. Hernandez appears to have the edge down on the inside. Back out front, it is still the Travis Bruno show. Bruno in that number 33 increasing his lead over the 7 of Aubin to now about 4 car lengths. And then Aubin is just increasing his lead over the 29 of Nick Haywood. It's about 4 back to the 7, and then it's about another 3.5 or 4 back to the 29 of Haywood. 2 laps to go, this time by off of turn number 4. 2 to go for Travis Bruno. Last week, campaigned the 28 car. Didn't have any luck in that number 28. Ended up spinning out in the bunker. This week, he's got 1 lap to go, and he is in the lead. Travis Bruno in that number 33. He has just 1 more set of turns to go through, and here he comes off the 4th turn. He's going to win it tonight. Travis Bruno wins it. 2nd goes to Cody Aubin. 3rd, Nick Haywood. 4th, Jamie LaFountain. 5th's going to go to Chris Susie. 6th to Jake Branham. 7th to Eric Lozier. 8th to Keith Belkey. 9th, Rico Hernandez. And rounding out the
Probably mentioned how Travis did not have his car ready to race last week and borrowed a ride from Eric Lozier. He was working through the night and finished putting that car together this morning around 6 o'clock. All the work that
All right, well, Travis Bruno receiving congratulations from some of the family and crew. Here he is. Give him a nice round of applause. Travis Bruno picks up his first win. Very excited here in the 2013 season. We'll give Travis a second to take the helmet off. He's so excited, he didn't even take his helmet off. So we'll give him a second to take the helmet off. Get some congratulations from many people over here. All right, come on right over here so Gene can see on camera. Travis, certainly very happy are you in victory lane here. First week out with this car, a little disappointing last week, although I don't necessarily think you were going for a win last week, just coming out here getting points. Talk about how great it feels on the first week out with the new car, I believe, to get the victory.
Oh, actually same car as we had last year. We came out on the fourth week last year and finished second, and coming out on the second week this year winning is that's the only thing that made it feel better. Every night in the shop this week was 2:30 in the morning or later, 4 o'clock this morning. So it feels really good to come out here and be this good against this guys.
All right, talk about the learning curve. First year, certainly the first year for you in an open wheel car. Talk about the learning curve. You're here now in victory lane. Talk about where you were on day one and then where you are now in this with comfort level and then also with driving ability, in your opinion.
Oh, well, the car really doesn't feel that great tonight. We got a bunch of new tires this morning and didn't even mount them up. These are all last year's tires. The learning curve, I don't know. I just get in there and drive it hard, man.
All right, well, congratulations on the first win.
Thank you. I just want to thank my sponsors because we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them. Adirondacks Water Systems put a new crate motor in this machine this year, and that makes a huge difference. R&R Auto, Andy Watts Photos, Michigan's Plus stepped up big for us this year. Thank Liz. Everybody go there and get some breakfast tomorrow. Bruno's Repair. There's so many, extreme powder coating and triple X coatings. This car looks beautiful. It's the same old car it's been. It just makes it look pretty now.
All right, well, nice job. Travis Bruno drives his way to victory tonight. Now they are back in a better running order, I guess. And they're going to go green off of turn number 4. Well, I don't think this is going to hold, because that was an awful start. If you were in the back of the pack, you were very unfortunate. And yes, we are going to go with a yellow flag right now as the back of the pack to be of Pete Blaney. Shotgun on the field is the 19 of Jason Ledoux. Here they come, ready to try it again. Off of turn number 4, green, flag is out. Taking the jump on the inside, it's Dale O'Neill. Those 3 mini-modified look-alike cars run 3 wide, now Signs backs out of it in the middle. Out front, it's still O'Neill. They race 3 wide in a couple of spots through turns 3 and 4. And Rob Signs is backing out of that 3 wide position. Scott Richner in the 88 runs second. Robert Foley, was third. Here comes Jason Chris down on the inside. 3 wide down the backstretch for second. Give it to Chris down on the bottom. Richner was the meat and the sandwich again. And now Richner looks down on the inside of Chris, perhaps to take it back. No, thank you. Chris says, keep that position number 3 and I'll stay in second. Richner now looks to get that number 88 into the second groove. They box it up a little bit behind Richner as they are now 3-4 wide down the backstretch into turn number 3. Oh, that was a wise decision by Laporte to back out entering turn number 3, as that could have been pretty fatal for a couple of cars. Eric Riel in that 0-2 sideways. Oh, he punches that tire down on the inside. He goes around. Well, Pete Blaney almost got a piece of him as well. This mini-modified lineup down to the line. 3 laps in the books. 12 are left. Here they come. Good start on the inside for O'Neill. Green flag is out. O'Neill in the 16 with the advantage. Sideways is Chris in that number 54. Drives a little high off of turn number 2. Look at this. Almost 4 wide going into turn number 3. 3 wide it ends up as the 79 of LaGrave got on the gas deep into turn number 3. Tyson Drown regains the field at the back of the pack. Out front, it is still the 16 of O'Neill. He has about a car length, not even now, on the 54 of Chris. Here comes Chris LeVere in that number 4, forcing a 3-wide issue down on the inside. He's going to get by about 3 cars and half a lap. LeVere to third. Look out. Rob Foley ends up smacking the wall with that number 66. Here is the battle for the lead. The 54 of Jason Chris is down to the inside of the 16 of O'Neill. Give it to Chris into turn number 3. O'Neill drop kick back to the second spot. Third right now, LeVere. Fourth is Clark, and fifth right now is Signs. Rob Clark in that number 14 doing all he can to try and hang to that the back bumper of the 4 of Chris LeVere. LeVere, this is his first time out at Airborne here in the 2013 season. Comes out week number 2. And he runs in the third spot at the halfway point. Some good racing mid-pack for about the 6th spot between Richner, Jay LaGrave, and the 41 of LaFountain. Richner right now holds that position. Here comes LaFountain down to the inside of the 79 of LaGrave. LaFountain and LaGrave, side by side. And they race through 1 and 2. Uh-oh, a little tap to the back bumper of Richner that time in the 88. And, he's able to hold on to it. Here they go this time into turn number 3. LaFountain is able to clear LaGrave in the 79. LaFountain now door-to-door with Richner. And LaFountain is going to take that spot away from Richner. Now the battle for second heats up. LeVere's down to the inside of the 16 of O'Neill. O'Neill going to lose 2 positions right here as Rob Clark's right on the back bumper of the 4 of LeVere. LeVere to the second spot. Clark to the third spot. Out front it is still nothing but the 54 of Jason Chris. There are 5 laps to go for that number 54. Jason Chris in that number 54, we saw him struggle in the heat race. But certainly no problem right now for that Bud Light Platinum number 54. He's got 3 laps to go. As Pete Blaney's off of turn number 2. He cuts right in front of Tyson Drown. That might have scared Tyson a little bit, but Blaney now down to the inside. And he's back, close to up to speed. And if he gets back up to speed, I don't know if it'll be in the way of the 54 of Jason Chris, as Jason Chris now has 2 laps to go. That number 54 car now works through corners 1 and 2. Pretty good battle right now on for the second spot between the 4 and the 14. Although I say that, and then Clark struggles in turn number 2, pushes up the track big time. Here they come off of turn number 4. White flag is going to be out this time for the 54 of Jason Chris. Blaney just ahead in that number 22B. Will he play any factor in the outcome of this one? I don't think so. The 22B goes high, Chris goes low, and he will win tonight for the mini modifieds. Jason Chris wins it, Chris LeVere second. Third is going to go to the 14 of Rob Clark. Fourth to Dale O'Neill in the 16. Fifth is going to be Rob Signs in the 3. Sixth, the 41 of Tim LaFountain. Seventh, the 79 of Jay LaGrave. Eighth, Scott Richner in the 88. Ninth to Amber Turner. And rounding out the top 10 is Josh Lavarnway in the
Plattsburgh's Jason Chris picks up the win. Robbie is headed down trackside. He'll get a word with Jason. Chris LeVere, second position in the number 4. Rob Clark, third with the number 14. As Jason Chris bringing the checkered flag back to Chief Starter Butch Henry down at the start-finish line.
All right, thank you very much. Jason taking the helmet off, unbuckling. getting congratulations as he picks up the victory tonight in the mini modifieds. Everybody give him a nice round of applause. Jason Chris, winner tonight. Come on over, Jason. Nice job, Jason, and certainly heat race, it seemed like the car struggled a little bit, but then
still was.
the car, it seemed like it came around a little bit more. Still looked like you struggled a little bit in turn number 2. Talk about your night, how the car transferred from maybe the heat race to now when it's a little bit cooler.
We've been chasing it all day, from the practice all the way through till like the heat race. It was terrible. I have no idea how I ended up winning it, but apparently everybody was chasing their car just as bad as I was. So we just hit it a little bit better in the feature, and I guess it was enough.
Now, there's a few of you guys who made their cars look just like mini modifieds. Go ahead and talk about maybe the off-season talks that you had about that and the idea to make this car really unique.
Well, actually, it was my uncle at Chris Fabrication, Brian Chris. He builds the modified bodies for certain people, and he said that if they want to call them mini mods, we should make a modified body out of steel so they're right around the same weight, and I think they came out pretty good.
Well, the car certainly looks nice, and a nice job tonight.
Thank you very much.
That's Jason Chris. He wins tonight for the mini modifieds. We'll throw it upstairs to Rob Knowles.